Yo, it's your boy with Smoke Bathroom Madden video. Today's video we'll be going over the top 25 available free agents in the 2025 offseason. The offseason has started for quite a bit of teams besides the four remaining in the conference championship games, and then obviously whoever goes to the Super Bowl, it will still be alive for them. But we need to start looking towards the future for a lot of these teams because the offseason is one of the most interesting parts of the season. Even though there's not a lot of games, obviously, because they don't play in the offseason, it can still be very interesting. So let's go ahead and not waste any time. Number 25, we have Kevin Zeitler. He is a guard from the Detroit Lions. He is really solid, a nice veteran guard. I could see him being on a championship contending team. He still has 1 to 2 solid years left, in my opinion. Number 24, we have Will Fries, a really solid guard from the Indianapolis Colts. He might honestly want to leave ship and go to a more contending team, or maybe he wants to be humble and stay there. But if your team needs offensive line help, I feel like Will Fries will be a cheaper option that will benefit them. Then at number 23, we have Asante Samuel Jr. He is a really good quarterback, but he had quite a bit of injuries the last 2 years that held him back a little bit. Still really solid player, and definitely your team is going to want to get someone like him because he's a great guy to have in the defensive back group. Then we got Cam Robinson at 22, another offensive lineman. He actually just got traded to the Minnesota Vikings. He was a Jacksonville Jaguar, and he got traded to the Vikings. He's an above-average offensive tackle, and definitely a team that is going to need help, especially offensive tackle help. It's going to need him. Maybe he wants to go to a team with a young quarterback that will try to benefit him. Maybe we could see Cam Robinson go into the Bears or the Commanders or Broncos. I mean, I'm just spitballing here. Maybe the Patriots. I mean, I don't know. He doesn't need to go to a team with a young quarterback, but I'm just saying those teams would definitely like to have him. At 20 or 21, we got two players technically. I'm just going to lump Russell Wilson and Justin Fields together. If you're a Steelers fan, you may be more passionate about one than the other, but the truth is they had pretty similar stats anytime they played, and they both kind of delivered the same result. I know Justin Fields did start pretty well, and a lot of Steelers fans were like, whoa, why are they benching Justin Fields? You know, he just started really good. And I mean, I will admit, I was kind of like that too. I was like, how can you just bench a starting quarterback who I think the Steelers started 3-0 or something like that. And all I know is they started pretty solid. But he ended up getting benched once Russell Wilson was cleared from injury. It ended up working out pretty well. And the Steelers had a pretty good regular season. Yeah, they did kind of choke towards the very end. But overall, it was still a pretty good regular season. So I'm just lumping them together. Obviously, there's benefits to one or the other. Justin Fields, he has more of a turnover problem. But he's also younger, so he still has time to learn. They both have proved they can be starting quarterbacks, though, is what I'm trying to get at. And then we have Najee Harris, another Steelers player, at number 20, or number 19. So Najee Harris is obviously a really good player. I think he's had 1,000 rushing yards every single season he's played in the NFL, so that is obviously very good. Najee Harris, he had a really good rookie season, kind of went down a little bit. After that, Jalen Warren stole a couple reps, but Najee Harris is still really good. Obviously, a team that is struggling to have some offensive weapons, they would like to have him. Number 18, we got Hassan Reddick. Now, he is a little bit older, but he still has a very good pass rush, and he might sign a 1-year deal. Probably will only sign a 1-year deal, but who knows? I mean, he might go to a good team somewhere like, if I had to guess, maybe the Vikings. I don't really know who's going to try to target Hassan Reddick. I don't feel like he's going to be one of those people who are definitely going to be signing on day one of free agency. He's definitely going to be waiting his time. But, again, he would still be a key player to have on your defense. He probably wouldn't be an every down kind of player, but still very solid. At number 17, we got Drew Dalman. I actually just talked about him. I said he was one of the most underrated players in the NFL. I said he is the Atlanta Falcons' most underrated player. If you guys are interested in watching a video where I talk about every team's most underrated player, make sure to click the link down below in the description. But yeah, I said the Atlanta Falcons, Drew Dalman is the most underrated player. He is one of the best centers in the league, and the Atlanta Falcons do not want this guy walking away. They do not. Drew Dalman, he really helps that offense produce a lot. And Bijan Robinson has to love him, and Michael Penix is going to love him in the near future. So hopefully, best case scenario for the Atlanta Falcons is keeping Drew Dalman. Number 16, we got Amari Cooper. He is currently still playing, but because he's with the Buffalo Bills, but we'll see how long the Bills make playoffs. It will last in the playoffs. I mean, hopefully for their case, they're able to win the Super Bowl, but only time will tell. So Amari Cooper, a 1-year deal, only 1 year left. He'll probably sign a 1-year deal if I had to guess, maybe 2 years. But yeah, Amari Cooper, he's still a serviceable receiver. He's proven that. He's nothing like he was in his Dallas Cowboys, Las Vegas Raiders days, but still very good. Aaron Jones at number 15. Aaron Jones had I feel like he's a very solid player. A lot of people kind of forget about him. He had some explosive plays, and he can definitely contribute to a team. I mean, he definitely isn't going to lead an offense like a playoff berth or anything, but he's definitely a key contributor. So I feel like a few teams will look at Aaron Jones and try to get him. But, the running back market is harsh nowadays, so who knows? Who knows how that's going to exactly fold out. Number 15, we got Dre Greenlaw. It was 2 years ago where he injured himself very badly in the Super Bowl just from walking out. Very sad. Dre Greenlaw is very good, and, he's just missed time because of that. He's still a very good linebacker, I would say. I think he's got to play only a few games, though, since then, maybe like 4. I don't know exactly off the top of my head. Dre Greenlaw, though, if your team is struggling at the linebacker core, definitely I would still want to target this guy. Number 14, we got Josh Sweat. He's a very solid piece to add to a D-line. Again, he is not one of those people who would be the best person on your defensive line in an ideal situation, but he would be a good second-best player, maybe third-best player in a defensive line. 13, we got DeAndre Hopkins. He's still valuable if you give him enough targets. He's kind of proven that right now with the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, he's still playing right now. But if you give him enough targets and you let him get involved enough, he's still solid. It's not like he's completely washed. Number 12, we got Carlton Davis. He is a key defensive back. He is a Detroit Lion. He was a Tampa Bay Buccaneer not too long ago. But yeah, he's a Detroit Lion now. And it really sucked that he was injured for the playoffs. It definitely showed because the Lions defense was not playing very well in the playoff matchup against the Commanders. Number 11, we got Talif Huwaga, the San Francisco 49ers safety. I think I pronounced that right. It's not an easy name to pronounce, but I obviously know him. He's very good. Very young, too. He's only 24 years old. Very solid safety for the San Francisco 49ers. So they're definitely going to want to keep him, especially after seeing they just signed defensive coordinator Robert Saleh. He was a defensive coordinator, obviously, for the 49ers. Then he got a head coaching gig at the New York Giants organization. But, yeah, so they're hopefully trying to go back and tighten up that defense. I mean, the 49ers, they just suffered a lot of injuries this year, though, to be honest. Number 10, we got Stephon Diggs. Not too much to report on him. He's still a quality player, but he did suffer an ACL injury. So I don't know how well that will affect him. But he's still a solid player the last time we see him play. So definitely a team's going to still want Stephon Diggs. If it's the Texans, who knows? But yeah, a team will definitely be interested in getting Stephon Diggs. Number 9, we got Tre'Davious Ward. He's still a very solid quarterback. He had career lows in 2024, but he's still relevant. Definitely a lot of teams are still going to want to pick him up. Number 8, we got Ronnie Stanley. Really solid tackle. He's probably going to want a lot of money, though, so I don't know how fast he'll get signed. He's probably going to want a big payday, but he is a really solid tackle. Sometimes he does kind of suffer in big games, I will not lie, but he's still a solid tackle, and it's hard to find good offensive tackles. So people are going to want him. Number 7, we got Chris Godwin. Obviously, Chris Godwin's very good. He was just injured, though. That might affect his pay a little bit, but people still obviously know what they're getting with Chris Godwin. They're getting a really solid receiver. Number 6, we got DJ Reed, New York Jets defensive back. He is really good as well. Really love DJ Reed's game. He is very solid. Number 5, we got Trey Smith. He's a very good guard. He's actually one of the best guards in the game. Anybody who is struggling with the offensive line position, especially the interior line, and they're struggling with the run game, would be happy to get Trey Smith. Number 4, we have Zach Bond, and he just had a career year with the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles still in playoffs, obviously. I just feel like I need to say that if they're still in playoffs, because if there's a lot of playoff success, these teams these players may not want to leave. If you're on a winning team and everything's going good, you're feeling good, why would you really want to leave? But anyway, Zach Bond, really great defensive year from him. So he is number 4. If he somehow does end up on the free agency market, a lot of teams are going to be interested in that and definitely improve the linebacking core. Number 3, we have Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold came out of nowhere this year, putting up almost MVP numbers. Now, I'm not saying he's an MVP candidate, but he was close to being an MVP candidate, and that is a lot coming from the guy who was struggling to get a starting job. He was seeing ghosts in the New York Jets organization and stuff like that, and now he is doing really solid. Was it a fluke year, or is Sam Darnold just a very late bloomer? Only time will tell, but teams are definitely going to be interested in that play, especially from a quarterback. Number 2, we got Javon Holland, the very young safety from the Miami Dolphins. He has proved he's an absolute stud, and he is absolutely locked down on defense. Very good safety. And the best free agent available in 2025, I think it's no debate, T. Higgins. Are the Bengals going to pay this man, or are they going to let him walk? They do have Jamar Chase, but T. Higgins is also a crucial part to that offense, and they weren't even able to make playoffs. So who knows what the Cincinnati Bengals are going to do. T. Higgins is definitely the best free agent available, though. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. If you guys like NFL analysis videos or Madden 25 videos in general, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, because that is what we post on this channel. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.